Good Saturday morning. This is Russ McClellan, operating partner and designated broker of Keller Williams Realty NCW and the host of Home Sweet Home Radio. I wanted to start today's broadcast with a heartfelt thank you from me to you. On this show, each and every Saturday morning, we explore a variety of real estate topics. We'll introduce fascinating people and their unique take on a variety of subjects. We'll bring on our Keller Williams real estate brokers and find out what makes them tick, mainly so you can get to know them as I do. I want you, our listeners, to know that without you, this show simply wouldn't be possible, and for that I'm extremely grateful. Our brokerage now has brokers in almost every city in north central Washington. We are by far the fastest growing and the largest real estate company in our area, and we just think we're getting warmed up. I love to bring authenticity to the program. I'm not afraid to say what I feel and mean what I say. I hope you enjoy today's show, and thank you once again for making Home Sweet Home with Russ McClellan and friends a reality each and every Saturday morning.
Welcome to another episode of Home Sweet Home with Russ McClellan and friends. Here's your host, Russ McClellan.
Hey, good Saturday morning to you. This is Russ McClellan with Home Sweet Home Radio. Hey, I'm Russ McClellan. That's me. And I have a special friend that I had just met, Naomi Harrison, in the house with me. How are you
doing?
I'm doing good. You just came on our team, Keller Williams. I am stoked for you. And what I thought we'd do today, we got 4 segments in this show, about 11 and a half minutes each. And I just want to introduce people that may not know you, what you're all about at Keller Williams, and where you came from, what blood type you have, all that good stuff.
And all of that.
In the land of COVID. But yeah, you made an aggressive move, and you joined us recently. And I just kind of want to start from the beginning. Where'd you grow up?
I was born in Seattle, Washington. I've been a Pacific Northwest gal for my whole life. My dad got transferred when I was in 6th grade to Coulee City, so we moved over to Coulee City and grew up there.
Right.
Loved being in the Eastern Washington.
Right, we talked about, we have a mutual friend, Big Scott. How you doing, Scott Isaac? How you doing, buddy?
Scott.
How's that football game treating you in 87? We were just talking about it. Anyway, it's a good time. No, Scott's a great guy. And so you were at Coulee City, and then, then did you jump from Coulee City to East Wenatchee?
No. My parents divorced my junior year in high school, and so my senior year, I had the choice of going to beautiful Yakima, Washington, or Bellevue, and I chose Bellevue. So I graduated from Newport High School in Bellevue, and then I came back to Wenatchee area, went to college here, fell in love with it, and here I am.
Yeah, so you're a Knight. You're a Wenatchee Valley College Knight.
Yes.
And you
yes.
you went in.
And Newport High School Knight, too.
Oh, yeah. I was a Trojan, Manson Trojan. And then I was a Knight. Yes. I think I was there in 88 and 89, so you must have come just after me.
Yep, 91. 91.
I love that school. I had a great time. Played a lot of basketball. Didn't drink one beer, I promise.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. So what have you been doing before you got into real estate? And we also talked off air about you're a CrossFit coach.
Yes, I'm a CFL 1 certified CrossFit coach.
And a Beachbody coach before that, you told me.
And previously Beachbody coach, yes.
Yeah, I'm still a Beachbody guy. We talked about that. I'm a P90X.
The P90X, yes.
I love it.
Tony Horton, he's awesome.
Do your best, forget the rest. There's a lot that's similar, like in sports in general, I think, to real estate. But what did you do before real estate?
I've been a photographer for about 10, 12 years.
Okay.
So I got into real estate really because I was doing real estate photography.
Right.
And I've always loved looking at homes. And so I figured that was a good next step.
Yeah. Do you still do that? Are you still
photography?
Yeah.
Yes. I take my own real estate photos.
Well, it's such an important aspect of real estate now with, it's like 90% of our leads coming online, and everybody's going through, picture after picture after picture. I always tell our agents and our clients, like, look, you got to do something to stop people in their tracks when they're online, because we're just like attention deficit disorder.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
that excellent photo and now video, right? Whether it's drone or just video walkthroughs. Have you started doing any of that yet?
Not quite into the drone yet.
Yeah. Well, that's why one of the things we talk about is, what we try to do at Keller Williams, and you just literally came on in the last month.
Monday.
And I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you because we have a mutual friend and you heard about us through another one of our brokers.
Yes.
Lisa, right?
Yes, really good friend of mine, Lisa Boyle. We were together at a different office, and she made the move to Keller Williams, and she's been in my ear ever since.
Yeah, her first month she sold 10 homes.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Wow. Yeah, so
Yeah,
she's
the
a
badass
go-getter.
I look up to.
Well, you have that drive too. I mean, that's the fun thing about Keller Williams. What we try to do is help you, and my philosophy in management at Keller Williams and just in life is hire really good people and then try to get out of their way, right? So I mean, let you be
Let them
you.
do their thing.
Yeah, I think there's so often it's one of those things where I think when you're the tip of the spear of any organization, it's kind of an old school but archaic way to think that everybody should conform to you.
Right.
We all bring something to the table, and we all have past experiences, whether we've been in real estate a year or whether we've been in real estate like me since 1927. I look pretty good for 140. Whatever. I don't know. I've been in real estate since 1989. But the funny thing about it is I'm going to learn from you.
Right.
Like I learn from everybody. And that's the key, right? When you're dominant or you're narcissistic or you're arrogant or you're all that in a bag of chips in your own mind, I think you can lose track of how much you can learn. And I almost feel sorry for people like that end up being it's not really a sustainable model. It's not really something that's a happy place, right?
Right.
Most of the time, I think that I go to work, and now we're doing a lot on Zoom, right? So I'm working with our agents. We're pushing 70 agents all the way from Leavenworth to the Canadian border. And all the little towns in between. And what we like to do at Keller Williams is just embrace that collective wisdom, for lack of a better word, where just the other day, you'll find that Stephanie Jones is our managing broker of everyone. So she's kind of overwatcher, right? And it's in a positive way, not a belittling way. So she was right and I was wrong. And I just did a video on it. And I go, I love that. I love that.
That she corrected you and made it right.
Yeah, because the reality is, even if we did know it once, we probably forgot. At least me. I mean, I tend to fly fast, and I need to be like, dude, you're out of line. So what makes you feel? What are you excited about in real estate? What kind of turns you on in this game?
I love helping people that thought they couldn't buy a home. Find that perfect home and hand them the keys. That is the best feeling.
Yeah. That's sincere, right? And I think you're going to go a long ways with that attitude. It's, it's one of those things that in life, at the end of the day, I learned this a long time ago, that I felt the most gratifying when I had the least amount of money. Not that I'm allergic to money, but
Money's nice.
In my early 20s and 30s, I felt like I was full of youthful exuberance, and then I was full of this, like a sports, I'll use sports a lot, but it was like a game that there was a winner and a loser. And like there's no tying, right? And so that's, to me, a scarcity mindset. When I shifted, and it took a lot of years, and losing everything in the Great Recession, and sleeping on my couch in the office because I couldn't afford a house, and buying tires on Craigslist for $20 a piece. I mean, I was desperate, and I went bankrupt.
We've all been there.
10 years ago. In fact, it comes off my record in October. But I learned more in that time of vulnerability and just an enlightenment. Like, dude, calm down. You're not that. You're not all that. And what was interesting is before that happened, when I had more money than I thought I'd ever have in a town of 3,500 people, my hometown, in real estate, I was miserable. It wasn't until I learned, to your point, that you already know, that if you help people and you're sincerely and you're giving and generous, and you are bringing all your collective experience in life and hard work to help someone, that's so gratifying to me.
It is. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes right back around, full circle.
Yeah. Probably is the same way with your coaching and CrossFit, to watch somebody transform.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody comes in who can't even do a proper squat.
Yeah, I don't even know what a squat is.
Right. I mean, just an air squat, just
Well, it's funny because I did
track your knees out over your toes.
Dude, I did legs and back last week. I can barely walk. And I was like, I thought I was in okay shape, and I lost it already.
We're getting old.
It takes like 6 minutes to get out of shape and about 6 years to get back in shape. So, so that's cool. I mean, I'm really excited. You are. Where do you see yourself? Like, what's your goal? Is your goal to world dominate? Is your goal to help? One of the things we do in coaching, by the way, is we will help you figure out. And if you say to me, like, instead of a monetary goal, but if you said, hey, I want to make $100,000 a year, one of the things that we will do is say, okay, let's break that down into a process, just like working out, right? Into a workout, into a process. But we'll talk about how many families do you need to help in order to make that goal happen. So the process is to focus on the number of people you need to help, not on the monetary end game.
Right. And that every single day doing something towards your goal.
Yeah, doing the right things in the right order, which quite often in real estate, we forget that it is a career. And I always use my kid, Taylor. How you doing, Taylor? Dr. McClellan. She's an audiologist, and she had to go to school 7-8 years, several $100,000, a lot of anxiety to pass, because in undergrad, to be in a doctorate program, getting an A-, a lot of times it's so competitive these days, you have to take the class again. So she had to just study and study and study. And then when she started, I mean, they don't pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars to be a doctor. I mean, quite often it's a challenging career to get going. I mean, she's doing great and a natural born killer. But at the end of the day, when I hear people in real estate say, "Well, I have to do how many 90 hours, and $500, and then I have to work like 8 hours."
What?
Well, you don't have to. I mean, but you might want to look at it like a career, not a job, right?
Absolutely.
Like, when we come back, we're gonna dive a little deeper and get to know Naomi Harrison a little better. I'm really grateful that you're here.
Thanks for having me.
I'm super excited that you chose us of all the people that you could work with, and I want you to know our commitment is to you. The way our management team looks at it is you are our client. And my prime directive is to help you achieve your goals. So, as the operating partner of this company. So
that's awesome. Looking forward to it.
We'll be right back in just a few minutes with Home Sweet Home with Russ, McClellan, and friends. Hi, this is Russ McClellan, operating partner and designated broker of Keller Williams Realty, North Central Washington. Hey, thanks for tuning into our show each and every Saturday morning. I wanted to share the fact that we've been in business now about 1.5 years. We have over 50 real estate agents, and there's a reason for that. Mainly, it's relationship and culture. Sometimes people definitely look at the money and the commissions and the splits, but at the end of the day, it's about relationships, trust, that familial connection that you have at Keller Williams. That's what we strive to do, and that's how we look at our clients. We now have offices in Brewster, Chelan, and Wenatchee. We have agents in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee and Cashmere and Leavenworth, Chelan, Brewster. Really having a good time. So if you're interested in learning about why is Keller Williams Realty growing as fast as we've grown and have as many agents that are focused on their clients as we do, give us a call at 509-888-0038 or just stop by and see us at 1111 North Mission Street right here in Wenatchee.